Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. We've been talking about this all week, and it's finally time. Oh, man. Welcome to the Greek Godcast. This is a special video podcast combo. We're your hosts. I'm Dan the Man. With me, as always, is the Greek God himself, Tyler Jones. Tonight, we have a special guest with us. This is Matt Williams.
Yep.
Hello, everybody.
We've got some special stuff for you. He's going to tell us a story about his encounter with a copperhead. We're going to review, finally, the show.
That bitch, Carol Baskin.
Fuck you, Carol Baskin.
I kind of forced him to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made him watch it.
If I wasn't a drinker before, I am now.
It'll make you feel better about yourself.
It really will. I have actually felt great about myself.
Yeah, it will. It will.
Yeah. I've been through some tough times in my life, but that just seems wonderful compared to anything in that show.
Another, you think, okay, it can't get any worse than that.
And it does.
And then it just, I didn't realize the downhill could go like inverted and go under.
Yeah.
And it's,
When the Colombian drug lord is
the best person.
Is the best overall person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone on that show is just shit.
I mean, they're all terrible people.
But
hands down.
Before we get into all that,
if
you go back to episode 2, we had a snake encounter.
Yeah.
Where I damn near got shot.
And bit.
And Danny is blind. Because I'm literally had the stick on the snake showing him where they are.
Man, the ground was brown. The snake was brown. I just didn't see it.
I
was
pointing.
It just took me a minute.
I was pointing.
At the swirly thing.
It wasn't swirling in that moment.
It was just sitting there.
Yeah. But I told you guys a story that I had a friend get bit by a snake, and then he bit the snake's head off with his keychain. It's on his other keychain.
I didn't bring that.
No, he didn't bring that one.
Yeah.
So, walk us through.
Yeah.
Step by step, everything you remember.
How long ago was it?
This was 2 years ago. This year.
Okay.
Actually, well, almost 2 years ago. It was around July, because I spent July 4th in the hospital because of it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hell of a holiday.
It was great. It was, shout out to El Dorado Hospital for not knowing what the hell they're doing.
As usual.
They're
the opposite of the best.
Well, at one part of the story I'll recap, but when a doctor comes in and goes, we're just going by the book.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
You tend to go, well,
why are you a doctor?
Yeah, send me somewhere where they do know what they're doing.
Yeah. Post and know this kind of thing.
But anyway, it was about 11 o'clock at night. My girlfriend at the time, daughter, had left her iPad out on the trampoline.
Mm-hmm.
Remembered where it was. It was supposed to rain. Anyway, I got shorts on, no shoes, no socks, no nothing. I go out the back door. Been around snakes my whole life.
Yeah.
Never really given them much of a thought.
Mm-hmm.
And pitch black dark. I know where the trampoline is.
Yeah.
So I beeline for it, and I step on something.
Yeah.
I knew it felt weird.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really think anything about it. And then I felt something. I felt it grab my foot.
Yeah.
And I immediately realized once it grabbed my foot that something had a hold of me.
Yeah.
So I jumped, side jumped 6 feet, and then kind of scooted towards the trampoline, which is about 10, 12 feet away from where I stepped on the snake.
Yeah. Right.
It still had a hold of me. It latched on to me.
So what does it feel like? Like, if you could put it into words.
Surprisingly enough, I don't know if there's like a toxin or whatever in the fangs where you don't feel the bite. Because I didn't realize that it had gotten me.
Yeah.
I didn't. But as soon as I got to the trampoline, it let go or whatever. And I just sat there at the trampoline for a second, and I was like, something just bit me.
Yeah.
So I make a wide berth around, go back to the door, go inside to the light, and I can see one puncture mark that was about as big around as a pencil lead, number 2 pencil.
Yeah.
It's bleeding.
Yeah.
And I freak out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because you don't know it's copperhead.
You don't know what it is.
Yeah. You don't know what. I had no idea what bit me. I knew something got me, and then in the kitchen area, there's a wall right beside our oven. I go up and I'm yelling, saying, "I just got bit by a snake."
Mm-hmm.
I got a hold of this wall, and the pain's setting in.
Yeah, oh man.
And the only way I can describe it is if you were to just open a hole in your body somewhere and pour boiling water in it.
Oh my God!
Because as soon as the venom started moving, my foot was hot. Everything in my body started to react.
Man.
And the second puncture mark started bleeding. And then I immediately, I knew right then I got bit by a snake.
Yeah.
So I'm yelling, bring my gun.
Yeah.
And because
justice is coming.
Not only justice, but I needed to know what bit me.
Can we just say that is a complete Arkansas thing?
Yeah.
I'm bit by a deadly snake.
Bring my gun.
Yeah.
Bring the gun.
Retribution has come.
Don't call anybody. Bring me my gun.
Yeah.
And I get brought my 9mm.
Nice.
Which I had a 12 and a 20 gauge 3 feet away, which would have been a whole lot better.
Right.
Anyway,
more ideal.
Yeah. I turned the back porch light on, which I did turn it on before, I don't know. I go to step, there's the little stone 3-step deals you can just buy and put up. I step out the back, I put 1 foot into the backyard, and that snake come at me again.
Shit.
And I've never seen a snake do that.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many copperheads I've killed.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw it come at me,
You knew that was the one.
I unloaded. I just started shooting. It was like gangland style. I had the gun cocked sideways and everything.
When you turn it sideways, that means it's serious.
I was
It's
getting
so
gangster on that one.
It's so serious.
And it turned and come across my sidewalk. And my sidewalk, I measured it after I got out of the hospital. My sidewalk out the back door, actually it's those little red 12 by 12 bricks or whatever. But it's 38 inches wide. And when that snake come across those bricks, 10 inches was on one side and about 12 was on the other. So it was 40-something inches. Biggest damn copperhead I've ever seen in my life.
That's huge.
And that sucker was that big around.
Now, so before you went to the
huge.
hospital, you knew what would bit you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course the neighbors come out. I mean, of course,
because it sounded like a damn war zone.
It had 1 in the chamber and 16 rounds in the clip. So, and crazy part is I shot 16 times. If I'd have shot 17, I'd have shot the tire rim on my side by side, which is parked right there.
At that point, fuck it, just
I was trying to shoot whatever. Anyway, the pain was really starting to set in.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I got to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And fortunately, the neighbors, they come over and stayed with my baby boy and went to the hospital, went to the emergency room.
Who drove you? Did you drive yourself?
Girlfriend drove me. We rode with the neighbor's husband. He took us.
Okay.
And thank you, James, by the way, if you watch this.
shout out.
Shout out.
But walk in the emergency room. This was the funny part because their chairs aren't like nailed down to the floor.
No.
You just go and you move around. I got a hold of the back of one. I got my back facing the nurse's station. Girlfriend is telling her what happened. And the nurse is just being, okay, it's just a snake bite or whatever. And I picked
a snake bite.
Just a snake bite. I picked this chair up and I slam it on the ground. And I mean, the pain is starting to creep up my leg.
Yeah.
Everything is, my body is going.
Because it's venom.
And a bunch of it.
Yeah. Because
Actually.
it sounds like that when that copperhead got you, he held on for a minute and was just trying to dump as much in you as possible.
I found out later on. I'll tell you about the emergency room doctor. She realized that I was in a lot of pain. She goes, okay. She goes,
no shit.
We'll get you in the room. The guy come in. He says, so you got bit by a snake, huh? And I'm trying to rip this bed apart. I don't know what labor feels like, but I've seen labor a couple times because I have children, and I know what a woman will do to a bed when she's in, and having labor pains.
Yeah.
And I had a hold of this bed like I just didn't know what I was doing, but I was staring up at the ceiling, and I said, yeah. He said, does it hurt a little bit?
No,
not at all.
No, I'm good.
That's great.
He goes, well, we'll get you on some fluids, some antibiotics. And he looked at my foot, and his response was, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's not something you want to hear a doctor say.
Ever.
That's kind of like hearing a pilot say it.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear it.
He goes, that was a big-ass snake. And I said, really?
Really? You don't say.
I think it was. It was probably the biggest copperhead I've ever seen. He started asking me questions. Do you know it was copperhead? Are you sure? Have you seen a copperhead? Man, this is South Arkansas.
Yeah, everyone has. Everyone's seen a water moccasin. Everyone's seen a copperhead. Everyone's seen a rattlesnake.
And the inch and a quarter, the fangs were that far apart in my foot. I'm actually, my next tattoo is going to be where the puncture marks were.
Nice.
But it was, in case somebody wants to know, it was directly behind my pinky toe on my right foot.
You should get those bites and then have the words "snake justice."
That's right.
Tattoo.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
When you go get this tattoo, would you be willing to let somebody film it for the show?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Yes.
Content.
I even have pictures on my phone of the swelling and the snake bite itself and all that. If you want to.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, yeah, it was documented. My story and the pictures almost went viral on Facebook and all that.
I remember seeing
I didn't know it was you. I didn't know you at the time.
Yeah.
But I heard about it when it happened. A family member of mine told me about it.
Yeah.
I remember seeing pictures of it. It looked.
It was intense.
Yeah.
It looked gross.
The emergency doctor, of course, he said, "Holy shit." And then he goes to measure and he said, "Well, man, that's about 1.25 inches." He said, "Are you sure it's copperhead?" I said, "I'm positive."
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to get antivenom and all that stuff. He's thinking antibiotics. Most snakes of any kind of venomous kind, small, big, whatever, will bite you. They will just nip you.
Yeah.
They want you to go away.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. They give you a little bit of venom. Hurts like hell.
Like a defensive measure.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
They're not trying to. Baby snakes are the worst.
Yeah.
They can't. They're not old enough to control their venom, so they give you everything they have.
Right.
This snake was actually trying to kill me.
Yeah.
It latched on, gave me every drop it had.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it was in shed. And you know how when they get in shed, they just...
I had, throughout the whole ordeal, because it was 7 days in a hospital. It was 3 days in ICU, 4 days in regular hospital room. Because the swelling, what the ER doctor was looking at was swelling. How fast the swelling was moving.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Okay," he said, "this looks pretty serious. I'm going to go get you some actual pain medicine, and we're going to keep you here for a little bit and take a look at it."
Let me guess, Tylenol 3.
No, actually, he came with, I don't know what's lighter than morphine, but it was just one level down from that.
Okay.
Then we stepped up later and then stepped up again.
That's when it got fun.
Oh, yeah. Well, I started feeling a little bit better about myself.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I was not near as pissed off at that bed, I tell you that. But he walked out of the room. He said, "I'll be right back." Mm-hmm. He walked out of the room. He was gone maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah. And
he come back, and it went from swelling just around my toes to my ankle.
Yeah.
Just like that. And it was that bad swelling.
Yeah.
I remember some of the pictures. It looked like it was swelling to a point it was like about to bust.
I did have an ankle for like 3 days.
Yeah.
It was, but he said, "Oh my God." He said, "Man, I will be literally right back. I'm gonna go get you something different." I'm like, okay. He gives me the pain medicine. That kind of, I want to say he gave me some sort of like mood medicine because I got real calm real quick.
Yeah. He probably slipped you something.
I got that warm, fuzzy feeling all over, you know. So I was still pissed off at the snake, but I wasn't quite so pissed off at everybody else in the room.
He might have gave you his little secret stash of X or something.
Hey,
Molly knocked the edge off.
I don't know what his name was. But shout out to you two.
We don't really believe the doctor had Molly or anything.
No,
I don't know. It's we'll go. But
we don't want people to trade.
I'm gonna hurt myself, so I'm gonna get some Molly. But, he left again, and he said I don't remember what he said. I really wasn't paying attention this time, but he was gone about 15 minutes, maybe 20, and it went from my ankle to just above my calf muscle in 15 minutes. It was rapidly moving up my leg.
And about roughly how long after this was after you were bitten, the swelling?
This was an hour and a half.
So pretty quick.
So you had no choice but to go to the El Dorado Hospital. There was
none whatsoever.
No, go to Little Rock.
No, if I'd have gone to Little Rock, you probably
lost your leg.
Yeah.
Best case scenario.
One thing a lot of people don't know, I found this out, is that copperheads carry neurotoxin.
Okay.
Rattlesnakes carry hemotoxin.
Yeah.
That's why when a rattlesnake bites you, it kills the skin, it gets in your blood, and starts eating the cells away.
Right.
Copperheads, when they bite to kill, they immobilize.
Yeah.
They completely shut down the nervous system. This has been 2 years, and I still have a tingle in my leg.
Really?
From that, and I can only chalk it up to the venom because I didn't have it before.
Yeah.
Right.
But it, like I said, 3 days in ICU. He finally told me, he said, "Look, we're gonna have to give you antivenom, which means you're gonna have to stay overnight." They gave me 8 vials of antivenom. They should have given me 10, but they didn't have 10.
Yeah.
And by the time they'd got it in, it kind of would have been pointless at that time.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, why did they take so long for antivenom though?
I guess because of where they have to get it from. But I don't understand why this is South Arkansas.
Snakes are abundant.
But you know, the doctor, not the emergency room doctor. Now the fun part was I should have started selling admission. Because I had nursing staff, I had doctors. I had one woman who worked there bring her husband up there to see my snake bites and the swelling.
Wow.
Hashtag South Arkansas.
Right.
Yeah. That just tells you right there, we ain't got nothing to do in this town.
Nothing
We just go
whatsoever.
see a man snake bite.
Yeah. It was. I found out. I found all this stuff out after the story hit Facebook. I talked to a venomous. What was he? It was a predator expert from Colorado.
Like a herpetologist, a snake expert.
Well, he goes out and like if people are mountain climbing and they get attacked by a mountain lion or something like that, he gets called.
Okay.
Because he not only has to help treat the person, but he goes after what attacked them. Apparently, when an animal...
So he's a badass hunter is what he is.
Pretty much.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he will, because like that mountain lion,
Yeah.
he bites you, he gets a taste of you.
Mm.
Next hikers he sees, he might not be so scared of them.
Right.
He may decide much... I think the polar bear is the only bear that hunts humans.
Mm-hmm.
Polar bears are
Most
vicious.
animals don't hunt humans because we are a dominant species, and we, plus we carry weapons and they don't. But
somehow we've made it to a dominant species.
yeah,
Somehow.
he told me probably what that was a female copperhead.
Yeah.
It was right around mating season.
Mm.
She had either just had babies and was protecting them, or was pregnant and fixing to.
Oh,
Half it.
and you stepped on it.
And I stepped on it.
Yeah.
And a female copperhead, which he was specific by saying copperhead, will grow twice its length, twice its size when pregnant.
So it would have shrank back down.
Yeah, it would have.
That's interesting.
Just kind of
I
like a
didn't
woman
know
being
that.
pregnant. You know, I mean,
Okay.
she grows to hold the baby.
Yeah.
Generally, it's just one. Copperheads have multiple children. They
So
don't have
it's
just
not
one.
like a bone growing. It's just the tissue expanded.
The entire
make
body
room for
is,
the-
That's exactly right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
did
Okay.
they have to-
They're growing in size to carry the weight, carry the excess, and once they have the children or have the baby snakes, little devil spawn,
Yeah.
they
no
they
kidding.
will go back down.
It really.
But the swelling went from, like I said, I got bit behind my pinky toe. It went all the way up to my hip.
Oh my God.
And I'm, just for knowledge, I'm 6'1", 6'2". At this time, I was 250, 240 pounds. And my right leg was 2 times, almost 3 times the size of my left.
Wow.
I have a picture of it where you can, I mean, this looks like a really large man's leg and then a really small man's leg.
Wow.
Side by side.
That's
So
wild, man.
were you close to losing a leg? Like,
No, they said because we were talking about going to Little Rock.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I would have made the travel, I probably wouldn't have lost a leg, but I would have had an immense amount of nerve damage.
So
Okay.
what, you'd just had to lose your leg anyway.
Well,
Probably.
you know, the funny thing is,
Or you have like a cane.
yeah, I would have probably lost some function, lost a lot of feeling. That is one thing that and you could actually see the venom climbing up my veins.
Yeah.
It was because it left a red patch. Everywhere it went, it got to my knee and went to the right side of my thigh, and it was red. Everywhere that it went through my leg, it was red. It looked like I had a splotchy sunburn. It was weird,
Man.
but it was intense. I crushed my foot in an oil well when I was 17 years old.
Wow.
And broke or fractured every single bone in my foot from my ankle forward, and that pain doesn't even touch what that snake bite felt like.
Wow.
And in ICU, they were managing the swelling, managing them. They put me on morphine first or second, And then they had to put me on Dilaudid because the morphine was not helping the pain. It helped me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but when I was awake, I felt everything that was going on in my leg as it was traveling. It was intense.
Wow.
But when I made it to the hospital room, the same doctor that come in and said, we're just going by the book now, said that he's been working at that hospital for about 20 years, and I'm the third snake bite he's ever seen hit the hospital.
Yeah.
He said that they always go to emergency. They generally antibiotics and fluids, maybe keep them overnight.
Yeah.
Then they get to go home. He said, you're the third one. He said, and you're the first one that has been at the foot. He said, one was on the face.
Oh, shit.
And he kind of laughed. He said, and one was on the genitals.
That sounds like an idiot who's drunk.
That actually sounds like somebody I want to talk to.
Yeah, I want to interview that guy.
What story? Start from the beginning.
Yeah.
What were you doing to let that venomous snake? And it was a rattlesnake.
If you watch this and you're from this area and you're the person who's had the snake bite on the balls,
I want to meet you, dude.
Please come on the show.
Man,
please.
We want to hear your story. We want to get it out there.
But, the snake bite itself was terrible. That was the one and only snake I saw in that backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, my landlord at the time, as soon as he heard about it, came and put snake away, mothballs. And my yard did not have leaves. It did not have tall grass. It didn't have any of that. It wasn't trying to hide.
Yeah.
And this was in town El Dorado. It wasn't that far from the hospital. We were 11 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, 11 minutes from the hospital. And I had just mowed. The crazy part was, it's not 2.5 hours before this happened. It was about 3 hours before this happened. My, at that time, 8-month-old, was sitting in the exact spot that I stepped on that snake playing with his trucks.
Mm.
And, I mean, you can't
on foot.
You can't prepare enough, and you can't be vigilant enough for them.
Yeah.
You can't really walk around with a shotgun every time you got in the backyard.
Yeah.
But, I mean, flashlights, putting out snake away, it's anything and everything you can do.
Yeah. It really makes you wonder why they don't have snake, anti-venom here. Because snakes are abundant here. We got ponds and rivers. We got copperheads, water moccasins, rattlesnakes.
All of them.
We got coral snakes too, right?
Yeah. I have not seen, where my parents live outside of Smackover, I think I've seen
one in my lifetime, a coral snake.
The coral snakes are out there. They, for some reason, like cow pastures. I don't know why. I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah.
I can't really, I'm not a specialist on those, but
yeah.
Across the street from my parents is a huge cow pasture, and they've killed, I know Mr. Ramsey has killed probably 30 or 40.
Yeah.
Pretty decent sized coral snakes. I know they don't get that big, but their venom is unreal. So, but yeah, it's man, it was intense. I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
No.
But for anybody who does get snake bit, even if you don't know if it's venomous, go to the hospital.
Yeah. Don't ask for your gun first.
Yeah, don't ask for the gun first, especially if you know what bit you. Don't worry about it. Just go, because
Well, I mean, in all fairness, at first you didn't know what it was that bit you. You knew it was a snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was a big ass snake.
Yeah.
And it
I mean, it could have been a king snake for all you know.
Right, because they will bite you.
Yeah.
They will defend themselves. Every snake will bite you.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, keep your yards cleaned up, keep the toys cleaned up, check them before you let your kids play with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially the little cars that they get in and push themselves around. They love to coil up in them.
They do.
Yeah.
They'll get under 10.
Yeah.
They'll get under anything they can get under, and it's.
And if you don't have a gun, you got to call somebody, make sure they can see it.
Yeah. Don't call your blind friend to come over. And
or maybe do a better job of pointing it out the first time.
It was right at the end of the stick.
Yeah. It's.
I said what I said.
Hey, I think y'all did a damn good job. Y'all did kill the snakes.
Yeah.
Nobody got bit.
Nobody got bit.
I almost got a bullet in my asshole, but
Hey,
man.
I
donut like better. I'd have brought you a donut.
Yes.
But
I put the safety on without a misfire, and I consider that a win.
there you go.
So
Hey, that's always a good thing.
yeah.
So I mean, but so you say you sent us pictures?
Yeah, I sent you the picture.
We'll have the pictures attached somehow. He's the tech genius. He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
They're pretty brutal.
Well, it's Well, like the guy in Colorado, he was the one. He wanted me to step out everything that had happened, the swelling, the bite size, everything. I sent him the pictures. He said, "Good Lord, that was a big snake." Because he then asked me, he says, stupid question, what size shoe do you wear? I said, I wear 13. He said, so you got a big foot? And I said, I do. He goes, that was a big damn snake. He said, how long? He said, when it bit you, did it release? I said, no, it had a hold of me for probably 5-6 seconds. He said, that snake gave you every drop of venom it had.
Yeah.
It was actually trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And if we hadn't been so close and so responsive, losing a leg, killing me, if it had gone past my hip, it really could have done some major damage.
Right.
Because eventually it would have got to my heart.
And that was one of them tricky situations. You want to go to Little Rock because if you're from here, you know how the hospital is.
Not only are they going to rape you financially, but they do not give you the best care.
I guess we should throw out, not every doctor or nurse from that hospital is a piece of shit.
No, we're not talking about the entire staff, but like if you talk to the locals around here,
they will tell you do not.
You're going to hear 8 out of 10 horror stories versus 2 out of 10 wonderful experiences.
That's right.
Like, I don't understand why. Like, but it's just the thing with like rural hospitals. Like, we're in a rural area, you don't get as good a care, and you get charged more than you should. When you go to a city like Little Rock, you get better care. They have more staff, more resources, and they don't charge you as much. It's ridiculous.
By the way, one vial of antivenom is $9,000.
Jesus
God!
How much? And how?
And they gave you 8.
I never saw it. It come in a syringe and they put it in my IV. I had 8.
They gave you 8.
8.
They gave you what? $72,000.
My entire bill for 7 days in the hospital due to that piece of shit snake was $276,000.
God! And if you didn't have insurance, you'd owe every bit of that money.
That's exactly right.
That's ridiculous.
Roundabout, how much did you end up having to pay?
$7,000.
What the fuck are we paying for insurance for? If they don't cover all of it, why do we have to pay for it?
And that is something that is completely out of your control.
I guess the $7,000 was your deductible, right?
Yes.
So just not trying to shift gears on a whole other subject, but I'm just curious. Was the premium that you got what you could afford, and that's why you had the deductible?
Yeah.
That's everybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Our healthcare system, as I've said before, is broken garbage.
It's fucked
it really
up
is.
beyond recognition.
Garbage.
Yep.
This man should not have had to pay $7,000 just to be able to
I felt
live.
like I'd gotten bit by another snake when I got that bill.
You did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, except it was a person.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, snake people.
Yeah. Not that, and they wanted to give me 10. If they'd have had 10 vials, they'd have given me 10 vials of antivenom.
Oh my God.
They gave me everything they had in house. And
They could at least have some decent food there, you know.
I
If
know,
they don't
right?
pay that much.
yeah, I get a sponge bath or nothing.
What the?
That's bullshit.
Those movies I've watched have lied.
That is bullshit. You don't get the hot nurse with the sponge that comes in. You don't get none of that.
But you do get the nurse's husband gawking at your wounds.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I could have sold tickets. I could have made that $7,000.
Yeah. You should have.
You should have put that on whoever was with you that was taking care of you, like your girlfriend at the time or whoever. You should have had them doing that.
Like, whoa, he's not seeing anybody without some money, buddy.
This was the time when there was no social distancing.
Yeah.
I woke up from a dilaudid coma after being asleep for about 3 hours. There was 5 people. They were all standing down at my foot.
Wow.
Because I had it propped up,
Wow.
On display.
I come. Several pictures were taken. I should have charged double for that.
Yeah.
Foot.
By the way, that's a new hashtag. Hashtag dilaudid coma.
Dilaudid coma.
Hey, that's some good shit.
Yeah.
It is.
It worked very well. And I did have one real good nurse where she wouldn't even ask me if I was in pain. She would come in, look at my face, and go, "I'll be right back."
Yep.
And she knew.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Boiling water inside your leg is the equivalent of. It's hotter than boiling water. I don't even know what that would be.
Yeah.
But you could feel it creeping as it was hitting my nervous system. It was incapacitating.
Wow.
Really.
It's wild.
If we hadn't been that close to the hospital, I don't really know how much pain I would have been in if we hadn't been able to get there as fast and get some sort of medicine in.
It sounded like it'd have been one of them. You'd have been so much pain you just passed out.
Did they make you wait?
Did
they make you wait very long when you went to the ER?
Once I slammed that chair down and the woman asked, you know how they do that 0 to 10, what's your pain scale?
Yeah. Bitch, I got bit by a snake.
I feel really bad for the lady behind the counter because I said, motherfucking 100. I slammed the chair down. She goes, what's his pain scale? And I screamed that, and she goes, okay, we'll get him in there right now.
Yeah.
And so her response was real quick once she realized that it wasn't no little snake or because apparently I see those little snake bites all the time. But bullshit.
No,
you ain't seen this. If I could, I'd have propped my foot up there and stuck it in that window.
This was Snakezilla.
Yeah. But seriously, number 2 pencil, lead, punctures in my foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge.
It was massive.
All right. So after you get it, how long did it take you to start walking again?
The last day was when they wanted me to get up. They wanted the swelling to stop before I did anything physical. Mm-hmm. Me moving would just make it progress.
Yeah.
So they had me laid up. The last day, once they realized it stopped, it actually stopped on the night of the 5th day. It stopped. Stopped at my hip. I mean, it was, you know how the muffin tops, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Invert that.
Right.
My hip was coming around the elastic of my shorts because of the swelling, but it stopped right there. And once it stopped, they said, okay, we're going to continue to monitor. Middle of the next day, they got me up, and I'm basically just kind of walked around my bed and walked back, and they said, okay, sit down. That's good. And I could walk fine. But the pressure, well, I used the bed.
Oh, okay.
But the pressure, when I went vertical, my leg felt like it weighed 5,000 pounds.
Right.
It was, so I was kind of dragging it. I still didn't have much of an ankle.
Yeah.
My knee was visible, but not much.
Yeah.
And the neck, surprisingly enough, once the antivenom took over, which they said it took about that long, it took over. It actually, my body, and what antivenom it doesn't get in your system and fight the venom. It boosts your system to fight the venom.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why, like an animal, a dog or a cat, they get bit. If they don't get bit in the wrong spot, they fight it off on their own.
Yeah.
They have a natural antivenom in their system.
Yeah.
Well, they gave me basically 8 vials of a super booster to help my system fight against the venom that was in my system.
Mm-hmm.
And once my body started fighting, the swelling went away fairly quickly.
Right.
I was really surprised in the progression of the swelling versus it retracting. It was a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And the numbness lasted for about 3 months.
Wow.
You didn't have feeling in your leg for 3 months.
I actually tested it. Don't try this at home, but I took a sewing needle.
Oh, okay.
And after I got home, they kind of did that to me at the hospital. But I would poke around, not enough to make me bleed or anything, but I would poke around and see where I would get, and I could feel as my feeling come back in my hip, I could start feeling it.
Yeah.
And it was 6 months until I had feeling all the way back down to my foot.
Wow.
Yeah. And I still, like I said, I still get a weird tingling. You know how, best way I can describe, you know how when your foot goes to sleep?
Yeah.
And it goes to wake up?
Yeah.
It'll shoot down my leg. I'll get that feeling.
Wow.
And I do industrial electric.
Yeah.
And when I get in a weird position and go to stand up, I'll get that. And I did not have that before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something. Hell, I may have that forever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'll always have the memory of that big ass copperhead.
You know, they say some people who are bit, they end up getting immune. You want to test it out and see if you're immune yet?
Let's see. We'll go to get a GoFundMe for about $1 million. Yeah.
There you go.
I'll get rebit. I ain't scared of them. I'm no more scared of them now than I was before.
There you go.
I mean, because they haven't changed.
Yeah.
So
$1 million. He'll get rebit to see if he's immune.
Yeah. Anybody want to pay for that?
There you go.
Man.
So, before we get to the main event.
The main event.
How'd your experience at Walmart go?
Yeah, you want to rant about that? Yeah.
He texted me, fuck Walmart. I didn't want to reply because I wanted him to save it for this.
Yeah.
We noticed as we pulled into the parking lot, they've got the buggies outside now.
Yeah.
Where you know, instead of being able to distance yourself as you walk in, they group you up in a line now and herd you in like cattle.
Do they make you stand 6 feet apart, or do they even care?
I think if they have tape down, they have red tape, and I know what 6 feet looks like, and it's more like 4 feet.
Yeah.
They have red tape outside. They have like 10 by 10 stickers on the inside as you walk in. It says, "Please respect social distancing. Stay 6 feet away." And they're like 3 feet apart. I don't know. They have a woman standing there. They have a guy standing there with a backpack pump-up sprayer, spraying the buggies down as they roll in. That was interesting. I didn't know what the hell he was spraying on.
That's classic.
Yeah,
that's Walmart El-Dorado classic.
He would cut, and he'd spray.
You know he felt like a badass too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like, man, I got the shit. Everybody likes me, but Walmart has not slowed down on its amount of people. The entire parking lot was full.
Mm-hmm.
Big question: where's their toilet paper?
Did not make it down that aisle.
Okay,
but I did not see anybody with toilet paper in their buggy either.
Yeah,
well,
I do know.
I think everybody's kind of chilled out on that.
There was a guy stocking Lysol disinfectant spray, not the aerosol kind, but the kind you clean your counters with.
Yeah.
Actually thought he was going to get like attacked because there was none on the shelf, and as he was putting them up there, women were reaching around him and taking it out of his hand. And yeah,
wow,
we somehow just managed to get one bottle. Like, we were walking by him, he set a bottle up there. We were the only people in the aisle, and she reached and grabbed it.
She probably stole it from somebody else who had it in their hand.
Hey, they're limiting one bottle of any of it.
Mm.
But like I said, even the self checkout.
Yeah,
there were probably 50 people piled in there. They don't have any lines set up. I mean, how the hell are you going to social distance yourself in Walmart?
Right.
Well,
and here's another thing. These people are buying up all these disinfectant shit,
mm-hmm.
but they're going into these stores and everything, no gloves, no mask.
pumping gas.
Yep.
I mean,
What are you doing?
Hey, I really wished I'd have got a picture of it because I'd have given it to y'all. We had to go to Minden, Louisiana.
Yeah.
To pick up Aiden.
Yep.
And as we were leaving, two people walked in. One guy, hell, he looked like he was 6'5". He was huge. But you know the frog dog full body covers, the pants, the jacket, everything, frog dog, like a waterproof type deal that you carry in your backpack?
Yeah.
They had these on, full hood, full face respirator, safety glasses.
Look like a
gloves.
beekeeper.
But they look like hazmat people.
Yeah.
I mean, but they even had their shoes wrapped up, duct taped. Their wrists were duct taped.
Yeah.
And they were walking in, you could see the filter at the front of their face.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, okay, hey, whatever.
Dude, meanwhile, these Walmart employees are getting paid hazard pay, and they're just chilling. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that we didn't get a pay cut. We're
Never
fine.
happened.
We're
it didn't
fine.
happen. We're essential. Didn't get a pay cut.
We're okay.
Yeah, they haven't cut us back yet. I think they're thinking about it.
Man,
it's just
one thing about the whole people in Walmart, like that. First off, that's a classic sentence. People in Walmart. It has been ever since there's
It's actually
Walmart.
a website.
Yeah. People of Walmart. Yeah,
That's right.
Naked people shopping.
Hey, anytime I ever felt bad about myself before Tiger King came out, I would watch People of Walmart.
Yeah.
I would feel a lot better.
Yeah,
about myself.
man. Because you're like, how did you even get in the door?
Right.
Yeah. How did you not get a ticket for existing?
Yeah. And People of Walmart look like, high class, hoity-toity, top of the line people.
I know, man. But like, you see people like wearing, masks. A lot of people are having to do homemade masks. Which what good is that really doing? Like, you're just wearing
decorative cloth.
I mean, I guess it helps some. If nothing else, I guess it gives you peace of mind. Which
you're
is
going to use your
that's
underwear and wash them. I made that mistake.
Huh?
Yeah. I love you. That's awesome. But
only in Arkansas too.
But what trips me out, man, is like you see people wearing gloves and they're just touching everything.
They are.
And they're not thinking about, like, if you're gonna do gloves, bring a box of gloves with you. Bring a bottle of hand sanitizer.
Well, double layer.
You double layer them.
You could put on multiple layers of those gloves, and as you do something,
just peel her off. That's right.
But see, people listen to the news and they're too fucking stupid.
That's exactly right.
Look, we're not saying don't take COVID-19 seriously. We're not saying don't practice social distancing. We're saying if you're going to do all this stuff to be safe,
don't be a fucking
think
idiot.
about it for more than 5 seconds, man.
That's right.
Speaking of fucking stupid,
Is it time?
we're going to take a short break.
Short break.
Kind of. It's going to seem like 5 seconds to you.
Yeah,
And we will be back.
we'll be back.
Watch out for snakes.
Watch out for snakes.
We will be back with that bitch Carol Baskins.
Fuck you, Carol Baskin.
She definitely did it.
She definitely killed her husband.
You bitch.
Joe Exotic, the gay mullet.
With the most iconic eyebrow ring ever. It's like here.
And the mystical science Doc Antle, the cult polygamist leader. Stay tuned. We'll
I
be
can't
right back.
wait.
I want his elephant.
Save it. Save it. And break.
And we're back.
We are back.
That was nothing. No time at all.
So,
you want to start off?
that bitch Carol Baskin.
You
It's
bitch.
like that's like the quote of 2020, and Carol Baskins is the year 2020. Nobody likes her.
Yeah.
The memes that have poured out from this show.
Are just
Big cat
amazing.
hospice. That's
God,
stupid.
man.
And before we get into this, Danny and I attempted to take notes on the show.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't read your notes.
I didn't bring the notes, to sort of keep it in track. Episode 1, episode 2, but there was just so much.
There's so
back and
much,
forth
man. Like
that we couldn't keep up. So we're probably going to leave a lot out. We're probably just going to talk about the parts that made us laugh.
yeah,
I couldn't watch it without drinking a beer.
the first episode is really just kind of like introducing you to everybody, and it's just immediately balls to the wall, crazy, man. Like it's like, yeah, this is Joe Exotic, and you're like, oh wow, he seems kind of eccentric. That's a weird place for an eyebrow ring, but okay. Oh, he has a mullet. Oh, okay, so he has almost 200 tigers. He has 2 husbands at the same time.
Yes.
And I mean, whatever. I don't care about your sexuality, but I mean, he's a polygamist. Okay,
Like,
I didn't know that was legal.
I don't even know how to start.
Yeah, like just talking about Joe is already a lot because you're like,
You could
What?
have 3 episodes of this just on Joe.
yeah,
And we're going to try to throw it in an hour.
and he's got people working for him that, like, if they, I don't know, get their arm bit off. Well, she didn't get it bit off. She chose to have it amputated because she didn't want to put up with 2 years of rehabilitation. I actually understand that.
Right.
But her reasoning, she said, was because she didn't want Joe to look bad.
Yeah.
She's just like, I can do
like-
whatever.
But hold on.
She was back to work 2 weeks after that. I think.
Yeah, she was in the hospital 7 days.
7 days.
Total of 12 days total, and she was
Lost
back to
an
work.
arm. Back.
Back to work.
Right here.
Yeah. And strangely, she's one of the most sane ones.
She
Yeah,
was.
she seems
She's
really
probably
normal.
the second most sane person.
Next to the Colombian drug lord.
Who,
That dude's cool as shit.
dude,
I wanna
he's
be that
super
guy.
cool. Everyone was like, "Oh, he's such a terrible person." Like, dude, he did his time in prison. He paid his debt to the society. He's past it, and he's just trying to, just do his thing.
Right.
He's not a terrible person.
So
That's what I got from
So
it anyway.
when I when I told you to watch this for the podcast, what were your initial thoughts?
You kind of recapped it just a hair when you were telling me about it.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, you got to watch this. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'd seen it on Netflix, kept popping up, and I didn't really understand the concept of the show just by previews.
Yeah, you can't.
Because I thought, well, okay, this is going to be about people that own tigers. And
I really
And
thought it was going to be
is.
about Joe Exotic and his life as a tiger.
Yeah.
owner.
That's what I thought too.
and the tigers that they own and the kind, that they had. And I was thinking, well, it's like a documentary or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's the most redneck backwoods bullshit.
What is going on in Oklahoma? I don't want to hear nothing about Arkansas ever again.
I actually have an uncle that lives in Oklahoma. I'm going to call him up. Like,
That-
dude, what the hell are y'all doing up there?
Yeah.
Man, if they had any kind of brother-sister loving, they'd have been worse than Alabama.
Here's the thing. Have you seen Wild and Wonderful Lights of West Virginia?
No.
Neither one of y'all have seen it.
Please
Wild
don't.
and
Please
Wonderful
don't.
Lights of West Virginia.
Yes.
Please don't be mad
Okay.
at me about the Alabama comment. It was a joke.
I think some of them would agree.
Fuck Bama.
Yeah, somebody,
Fuck Bama.
Somebody would. He doesn't care.
Okay.
Yeah, so your other show.
Right, so
Sis,
I have to
Rabbit
watch.
Trail.
I have to watch Star Wars for this.
It's the format.
Y'all have to watch Wild and Wonderful Whites for this.
I would watch it anyway, even if you weren't watching Star Wars. It
Okay.
sounds great.
So y'all got to watch it. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give y'all my login to Amazon. I already have it purchased on there. Y'all can watch it.
I got Amazon.
So, okay, Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
He has a mullet,
He's probably got the baddest mullet I've ever seen.
Ever.
which is
Ever.
power. If you know me, I love mullets.
It's such a power move.
It's a oh
The
god.
only thing that's more of a power move than his mullet,
Wait, don't
It's right there.
it's man,
wait.
that thing's.
We're just talking about Joe right now.
I am talking about Joe.
Okay, I thought we were going to where he was going.
No, I'm talking about that paramedic jacket.
So this girl gets her arm ripped off
And
by
his
a tiger.
first thought is, let me get my bomber leather paramedic jacket.
Yeah.
That's like alpha male dominant move.
Yes.
There's no words for him that actually describe the man. I don't understand. The woman gets her arm chewed up. She didn't get it ripped off. She got it chewed up.
Right.
She still had function in her hand. But for Joe,
Yeah.
she doesn't want to make him look bad, so she just says, "Cut the son of a bitch
Right.
off. I want to go back to work."
And you can almost understand. By the way, this is where you figure out Joe's a piece of shit. Because
Yeah.
not only is his first reaction to put on the EMT jacket,
Yeah.
his first words are, "I'm not going to financially recover from this."
Not, oh, I hope this person doesn't lose their hand.
Who works their ass off for next to nothing.
Right.
Yeah, they all make
$100,
$100
like $100, $150 a week.
No,
Yeah.
not even 150. I think the
They-
long-haired dude from prison that always wears sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he said he got $138 and some change
Yeah. And they eat.
a week
And they eat
off a meat truck.
not tainted meat, but meat that has expired that the stores can no longer sell.
Granted, when they explain what they meant by expired meat, I kind of understand.
Yeah, if somebody takes it to the counter and realizes they don't want it or can't pay for it,
Right.
It's not
they can't
like
send
it's
it
not
back.
like week old
Yeah, they
expired
can't.
meat.
They can't put it back. So then
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
chunk it.
But still, like they shouldn't have to do. It's essentially the same as dumpster diving.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah, it
Just
is.
actually in a big box truck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they give.
Then
It's not air conditioned.
Then it goes in a dumpster.
They give.
it goes
yeah.
in a dumpster.
Well, the guy with the long hair, I saw him. It was, I don't know if it was a pack of steaks or something. But
Yeah.
he goes, "Oh my God, this is still frozen."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Don't
why
keep
the hell
this.
would you be excited about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's so Joe Exotic. He hires these people. They make, we'll just say, $125 a week.
Dude, he makes thousands.
Yeah, they
Oh,
eat
yeah.
off a truck. They live on campus, so to speak, in these shitty trailer houses where there's
Full
no
of rats.
there's no air conditioner.
Unless you're married, unless you're his like little concubine.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you're a
actually have
concubine,
nice
yeah,
you get privileges.
yeah. If you're sucking his dick, you get
Yeah.
okay.
Because neither one of his, I think the only husband he had that was actually gay was, at least on the show. He had other husbands that didn't talk about
Well,
in the show. But
Hold on,
with
so
the
two-
last one, before he got arrested, he
Yeah.
was actually gay. But
Yeah.
but the dude that
the two prior
Finley and
Travis.
John and Travis.
Well, the one that had like 9 teeth when they got married and 3
That was-
when the show was
He
made.
was not. Look, you know what? Danny and I watched his actual YouTube channel.
We've seen some
Oh,
videos.
he has his own channel.
Yeah, the Joe Exotic TV was on YouTube,
This was like a
as
few
well
years
as
ago.
his internet website.
And the
Okay.
first guy that had like 6 teeth in his head,
Yeah.
dude, when they're shooting and Joe's got his arm around him, he is so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like, you
he's
can
just-
tell like I'm
he's
not
just like
really
this-
gay. I'm just here because this is the only place I have to go.
He's like, man,
but he did
look.
get that tattoo that says "permanently belongs to Joe."
Yeah, he
Exotic.
got some. He's for a straight dude. He got some pretty gay tattoos. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
because
tell
that
you,
one just
like,
happened. I actually saw that one just the other night. That
Yeah.
was just he had to pull his pants front
Yeah,
down. I mean,
yeah,
it's right
yeah.
above his junk, and I.
But like after watching the video on YouTube, I kind of felt bad for the guy
Yeah,
because it seemed like he was stuck there just because he had nowhere else to go.
yeah, and I don't think they were all young too, so they
Yeah.
they didn't know any better.
Well, yeah, the
You know.
tall one. When they got married, he got married to both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
He was like 19 or something.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
19. Well, the new one that he got married to just before he got arrested, He was young too. He was like 19 or 20 as well.
Yeah.
See,
There was like a
very impressionable, very
30-year difference.
See, what
between
Joe
them.
would do was he would find these people that are homeless, or they just get off the bus, ran away from home, or just got out of prison.
Yeah.
right
and
with
say-
nowhere to go.
Yeah, and say, hey,
Yeah.
I'll pay you this much if you come help me
And
take
give you a place to stay.
and possibly come get your face mauled off by a fucking tiger.
Because I mean, all the tigers, like I really do believe, for the most part, they were all the animals were treated very well.
Yeah.
Because if there's one thing I do believe about Joe Exotic, and acknowledge, is his actual sincerity towards loving the animals.
Yeah.
I think he treated the animals better than he treated people.
Yeah.
But that being said, like.
He's still a piece
It's
of shit.
still
He's a piece of shit.
he is still that. But I'm talking about the tigers. They're still predators. They still weigh like 5 times your weight as a full-grown adult,
easy.
and they can go like Carol Baskin said in the show. I can't believe I'm quoting her, but I mean they can go from calm and chill and then immediately go to maul your face off. They have a huge range there,
Right.
and so like you go in and you're like, okay, well this tiger's chill, like, but at any moment they could.
Yeah,
And
just
that-
because they fed them with a bottle when they were kittens doesn't
Yeah.
mean jack shit.
Right.
Exactly,
Right.
and the girl that got her arm bit off. I watched an interview with her with David Spade that happened like a week ago after the docuseries debuted on Netflix. And so like all these people that were in the show are getting a lot of interviews right now. They're getting a lot of
Making a lot of money.
they're-
More
Yeah.
money.
So she was in an interview with David Spade, and he was talking to her and wanting to get some more perspective that wasn't on the show. And she said the reason that the tiger attacked her ultimately was because she became complacent. She was so used to doing what she was doing that she had done it 100 times, thousands of times, and that one time she just got into the motion of it, and because of that, it cost her arm.
Yeah.
Because she basically forgot that she's dealing with a tiger.
Yeah.
Well, I do industrial electric. I deal with 480, 13.8, and the only time I've ever been shocked is that one time that I did something that I've done 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And I just jumped in there and did it.
Yeah.
And
Because you're like, I've done this before.
That's right.
This ain't
I don't even
nothing.
think about it. It's
Yeah.
just, and there it is. So yeah.
And by the way, for you people that advocate for owning cats, you crazy cat ladies, do you know the difference between a cat and a tiger? 400 pounds. That's it. That's it. They still want to maul
You know
your
how
fucking
the
face
little
off.
cats that can't kill you, the reason they don't kill you,
Because
it's
they know
because
they
they're
can pick
this
them up
big.
and snap their neck.
They're this big. But do you know what they still do? They still bite you, and they
Yeah.
still swipe their paws at you. So imagine that, but like 800 times bigger.
That's right.
So
There's your face on the floor, moron.
So speaking of morons,
Mhm.
I don't even know how to pronounce his first name. Doc Antle.
It's
He spelled
Bhagavan.
Bhagavan. Bhagavan.
Dr. Bhagavan Antle.
Bhagavan translates.
Doctor
to
of
God.
Mystical Science?
Yeah.
Or something like
it.
that?
He's a doctor of mystical science.
He's a doctor of imaginary nonsense.
Right. I was about to say, well, what the hell is mystical science?
Well, whatever he came up with.
Apparently.
Look.
So Doc is a
and,
animal expert, cult leader, polygamist.
on paper, looking at his site and listening to him talk, like
Oh,
I'm
you've
sure.
actually been to a site.
No. Well, I mean, I've seen some of his videos on YouTube too.
Oh, okay.
Like I kind of, but what I'm saying is, I'm sure if you like, because I saw some videos that showed the Myrtle Beach area, and like looking at it and looking at the people that work there, like he's one of those things where you're like, on paper it looks solid, it looks like a good idea, but then like when you like go past that and you're actually going behind the scenes just for 5 minutes, you're like, oh my god.
Damn.
First of all, you
Yeah.
knew this
Yeah.
guy was full of himself because the first scene they show him, he's riding a fucking elephant.
I want his elephant. That's a badass elephant.
I gotta say,
That's a power move beyond power moves.
Oh yeah.
it's not paramedic bomber jacket power move,
Or
but
walking a tiger on a leash power move.
but it is definitely up there. It's if there's anything about this society of exotic animals that says look at me, it's riding in on an elephant.
Yes.
Hell yes. Yeah.
I mean,
what were the brothers that had the white tigers? What were
Siegfried and Roy?
Yeah.
Siegfried and Roy? He has
I don't think they were
their.
brothers, by the way.
Or
I
what
think
it-
they were,
Uh,
you know,
That's right.
They play Farmville.
they
Yeah.
played Farmville.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he has their presence with a am I trying to say? What's that? That he wears that crooked hat, but the crocodile guy.
Yeah, the little
The crocodile guy.
Crocodile Dundee.
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin. He's got Steve Irwin's look with. I don't know. He shows off like I can't picture out. I can't put it into words because he's so fucking confusing.
He is.
Yeah.
And mind blowing to somebody who thinks about normally.
Yeah, you knew this guy was trash when after he's riding the elephant, how he promotes his thing. He's smart.
Yeah.
But it shows
he's really smart.
But it shows you how much trash he is when he's got a bunch of whores taking pictures with it. Pretty hot whores taking pictures with his tigers and everything.
Yeah.
And then you later find out
He's
that
knocked a few of them up.
all of these women, these hot women whores that he has hired to take pictures, he is
He's a polygamist too. Like
in a relationship
they're
with them,
wives, girlfriends, whatever you want to call it.
And partners.
Yeah.
And so this when you hear about the girl that got out of it, talk about it. This is how you realize just how bad this dude is.
He made her get implants.
Yeah, he did make her get implants, but I'm going a little bit past that. So comparing him to Joe Exotic, they're kind of the same person when it comes to their multiple partner picking deal. They go for younger people.
Dr. Antle is Joe Exotic's mentor.
He is.
Yeah.
So like Joe Exotic got with younger dudes that he could influence. Doc Antle did the same thing with younger chicks.
Yeah.
Because he's a straight guy, right?
Yep.
So but the girl said that he actually likes to hook up with virgins so he can take their virginity and
then
go even beyond, get even that much more influence over them. Basically, like just hook them, and then they're his.
and they believe his touch can enlighten them.
Yeah.
Well, it was
That man's like
it was touching him
master
with his,
con
with
artist.
his penis, I believe, is what
Yeah.
the girl said.
Enlightenment with a penis.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
She called it something, and she was like,
Big
it's
down?
like this, but with his penis.
What did she say? Shakaban?
Shakaban.
Shakaban.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shakaban
Yes.
with a penis.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we got Doc, we got Joe. Well, before we get to the main event, Joe's partner at the end. I can't remember. Jeff Lowe.
Dude, he might be the biggest scumbag of them all.
He is the biggest.
How Joe thought partnering with this dude was a good idea is beyond
Well,
me.
I mean, Joe was desperate. His thing was failing. He needed money, and somehow this dude had Ferraris and big houses and
was also impressionable.
yeah.
Or did he?
No, he
really didn't.
He was like a con man. Like
he was.
you
That's
can
right.
watch him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
obviously a fucking con man.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this dude just fucked people over and over. He even said like, "I've had 7 or 8 business partners, and all of them have failed. I don't know why."
That's right. Yeah.
Can't imagine.
There's one
Can't
common
imagine.
denominator, dumbass.
Yeah.
You.
One or two, like you said the other day, 1 or 2. All right, you can have disagreements and not.
Yeah.
But 7,
8, 9, no. Can't figure out why.
No.
So, enough of that douchebag. Main event. Carol fucking Baskin.
Who is probably the biggest hypocrite of them all. The difference between Carol Baskin and the exotic pet owners like Doc Antle and Joe Exotic, like don't even look at like the lifestyle like in comparison. Just look at the business practice. The business practice. The difference between Carol Baskin and the exotic pet owners is the pet owners that run their private zoos are actually honest about why they're doing it.
Yeah.
And Carol is on this big, huge tall stool sitting on and is just like making this huge case about the mistreatment of animals and the exploitation of animals while she is doing the exact same thing. The only difference is she calls it a sanctuary and not a zoo.
What blew my mind was she was talking about Joe and Bhagavan owning these animals, keeping them in captivity.
Yeah.
When then she, the very next scene, utters the phrase, "The difference is we're keeping them in a safe place until they die."
Yeah.
In a smaller cage.
Well, they had to stick their head through a hole in the cage to get
drink
a drink
water and
Yes.
eat and all that stuff. And this was a thought that I had after watching the show. Like I legit like when I thought of it, I had trouble going to sleep for about 20 minutes
This
trying
is
to wrap
the
my
type
head
of shit he
around
thinks
it.
about.
I had trouble
Like-
sleeping after watching this.
So just bear with me for a second here, and maybe there's something that I'm missing here. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just hear me out, okay? So when you find, let's just say a baby squirrel, okay, a small animal, and that got separated from its mother, maybe the mother killed, whatever it is. You get the
Like
animal.
Bambi.
Yeah, sure. It's a Bambi squirrel, but like the thing is like you get it. And you want to rehabilitate it, but you want to rehabilitate it into a way that when it's old enough, you can release it back into the wild. But you have to rehabilitate it in a certain way that it's not dependent on humans because it's got so many predators working against it. It needs to have the best chance possible in the wild.
Mhm.
So I understand, like, these tigers have been raised around humans since birth, but again,
They're
remember,
still a fucking tiger.
they're 500 to 800 pounds, and they have that range. Like, they're not messed up about biting your face off.
Right.
Is it really the same concept if you release one of these tigers back in the wild? Like, if she's really such an advocate for the benefit of big cats, why does she make it a point to keep them in a sanctuary where she can make money off of them and not try to find a way to actually send them back somewhere to the jungle? Like would it really be that bad if these cats that have been bred in captivity were suddenly released in the wild? I'm pretty sure a tiger
they
can
would
figure
figure it
out.
Oh, absolutely.
Regardless, like, because again, it's a tiger. It's not a little baby squirrel. It's not a small animal. It's up there in the food chain, man.
Oh yeah.
Like one of the
Way
main
up there.
things that's gonna kill it is gonna be a person with a gun.
Yes.
That's about the only thing I think.
Yeah, I mean they don't have
unless
many.
An elephant runs it over.
They don't have many
You really want
predators.
that elephant, don't you?
I do. I love that damn elephant.
They
It
don't
wouldn't
have.
take me so long to commute to work. I'd have one.
I'm just saying they don't have many predators working against them. I
You know
think
what
they
you
would
would-
do pretty well.
If you rode up to it on an elephant, you would take over as boss.
I would.
Yeah.
Or they'd run my ass off. One or the other.
Either
Like a man that lost his shit.
either way, it would be an experience.
Riding
Right.
on an elephant is the only thing that could top the dudes that were drunk riding into Walmart on horses.
Yeah.
I know one of them personally, and he says he would do that again in a heartbeat.
I bet he would.
Yeah.
I bet you won't.
Because the cops chased him down Northwest Avenue before and after. And you could
On a horse? He was on a horse?
He was on the horse in the turning lane down Northwest Avenue. Went to Walmart. Went in one door of Walmart, down the main aisle, come out. They were waiting on him. He went between two cop cars and took off again and come back down Northwest Avenue. And his buddy on the other horse broke and went a different direction. And they finally they got him simply because he stopped.
Wow.
It's like chasing somebody in a snowstorm who's on a four-wheeler and you're in a cop car.
Yeah,
Unless they stop, you're not going to catch them.
right.
Yeah.
You got it. By the way, this is what we do. This is what people do for entertainment.
We ride
Yeah.
horses in Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or ride oil wells and get your foot crushed.
Or
yeah.
stare at a snake bite leg.
Yeah.
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 Or accidentally do cocaine twice.
Only once you can prove.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, cocaine will fry your brain. Fried brain.
Yeah.
Carol Baskin.
You know, we got into a debate. Me and Jessica did about the difference between going out and getting a wounded or sickly tiger.
Yeah.
Carol Baskin, you know, she says she's keeping them. They have their until they die,
Mm-hmm.
which would kind of like hospice for
Yeah.
big cats.
That's basically what it is.
You know, it's one
Yeah.
thing. She was talking about the breeding process and how
Yeah.
he's constantly breeding. And there was one man on there, and I did not catch his name, who said, if something is endangered, how do you fix that?
Breeding.
You make more.
Joe.
Yeah.
That was Joe.
That was Joe.
Joe was
Joe was all about the breeding.
Joe
Yes.
was kind of. Here's the thing. Joe is smart.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's very, very stupid.
He did not think
He's
things
a little bit
through
delusional.
at all.
He's a lot of bit delusional.
Yeah.
He's a lot of bit delusional.
You know, there's so many times I've caught
He ran
myself
for president.
and governor.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure this surprised he didn't get that shit in Oklahoma.
Oh
So-
my God! You have got to see some of his political ads, like
Oh,
his
dude.
legit political ads. We ain't gonna deal with no bullshit politicians. I mean, like he expected this to go on TV.
Can I get
And
a
he's-
vote for Joe sticker?
He's like,
Yeah.
no,
y'all
he passed out condoms with his
Yes.
face on
He
them.
passed out condoms with his face.
when he was running for governor.
Was that a deterrent?
No.
You...
No.
That's just Joe.
That was just Joe.
If you have a vote for Joe sticker, please send it here.
Please,
send us a
man.
link. We'll
We
give you
want
the
that.
information.
Yeah.
Send it here.
Hell yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so I know we're skipping over a whole lot, but like
One of the things I want
It's
to
hard not to.
one of the things I want to address is like there's a couple of places where Joe went wrong and in his life that really got him into the position that he's in now. He's in jail. And we'll talk about why in a minute. But I would say
he tested positive for corona.
yeah, unfortunately he has COVID-19. That sucks. But
I can only imagine he didn't get that reason.
I bet it was because of Carol Baskin.
That bitch.
Bitch.
Hey, do you know who hired Chad Morris at Arkansas?
Carol Baskin.
That bitch, Carol Baskin.
Every time. Ridiculous. So I think one of the first things about Joe was the whole reason he got into big cats was actually for rehabilitation. If his father hadn't reacted the way he did to Joe coming out the closet to him when he was a teenager, Joe wouldn't have driven off the bridge and tried to kill himself.
Right.
And he wouldn't have been in rehabilitation. He wouldn't have been introduced to big cats. And we probably wouldn't have gotten Joe exotic.
So
So there's that. But he can't really help that. Okay? No. But that got him into big cats, which then led him down this road. So, let's that happened, can't really help that. But if he had just did a little bit better business practices, his zoo probably would have done better. He probably wouldn't have had to partner with Jeff. Also, if he would have just left Carol alone,
where she wouldn't have sued him every fucking time.
like if he had, because here's the thing, because she focused on Joe because Joe wouldn't leave her alone. But she was targeting the cub petting private zoo industry.
But here's the thing, and Joe is very smart about this. He said, hey, since me and Carol have this rivalry going on, we're both profiting off of it.
Yeah.
People want to tune in to see what I say. People want to tune in to see what she says.
It's like a car wreck. You just can't not watch.
It was kind of like the East Coast, West Coast thing.
But see,
they wanted to buy these albums, see what they said, and vice versa.
They
made money off each other.
He pumped the gas a little too hard on it, and that and the whole. He should not have run for president or governor. Somebody should have stepped in and said, Joe, stop. Because that cost him a lot. He should never have partnered with Jeff because he actually lost the zoo then.
But hold on. If he would have stopped, and this is
on the running for president?
If he would have stopped messing with Carol,
okay,
we would have never gotten the gold that is here, kitty kitty.
Man, you're not wrong.
Have you watched it yet?
Oh, man.
I have got to catch up.
You got to catch up.
Just look up on YouTube, Here Kitty Kitty Joe Exotic.
It is the Joe Exotic music video.
And you are in for a treat.
Depicting.
You were in for a treat.
The biggest thing.
Sound like on the stereo in my truck.
Oh, it's going to sound glorious.
Yeah.
Okay. His music really isn't that bad.
Well, hold on.
It's weird.
No one knows if he's the one actually singing or not.
It really don't matter.
It sure doesn't look like it, but hey,
it don't matter.
You never know.
So the biggest thing from this show is the death of Carol Baskin's husband.
Oh man,
the mysterious death.
Don Lewis, right? Is his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the premise of the Here Kitty Kitty music video, as there is a Carol Baskin lookalike feeding a fake person to a tiger.
I think the reason everyone is on board with the idea that she killed her husband, regardless of how she did it, is because the whole time she's talking about it, granted, it happened a long time ago, even in those interviews, but like bringing up painful memories of losing a loved one, especially a spouse, would invoke some kind of like hard, negative, emotional. Yeah, and she's just laughing it off, like, ha 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 ha. They think I fed him to the tiger. Is this intense, silly?
And then she made the comment: in order to get a tiger to eat someone, you'd have to cover their body in sardine oil or something like that.
Yeah, like what kind of grieving person says a thing like that?
Right.
You fed him to tigers.
Somebody who knows that you cover somebody in sardine oil and that tiger will attack you.
Exactly.
Yeah, she probably shot him and killed him with the gun that. Because he didn't have a pistol, she hid it from him, and then just fed his body to the tigers.
And then you wouldn't even have to do that. I'm sorry to interrupt, but all you would have to do, because she's the one that feeds these tigers. Hold off on one.
Yeah,
let him get real damn hungry.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, it don't matter. All she had to do was cut him.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
But you look at it and it's like, okay, everyone that Don was associated with, hey, the last time I saw him, he said, I feel like my life's in danger. Hey, I'm going to do this. I feel like my life's in danger. He tried to put, if I'm not mistaken, he tried to put a protective order on
He
her.
did, but there wasn't enough substantial evidence.
Right.
It was hearsay.
Right.
His lawyer, his longtime business associate, his ex-wife, who has no reason to,
She should be the one person to hate him.
yes,
But
his
she didn't.
ex-wife even said, hey, he's told me he feels like his life's in danger.
Yeah.
Because he abandoned her and everybody.
For
Yeah.
Carol.
For Carol.
Yeah. Who was 22 years younger than him.
Yeah. And
Even he's a scumbag.
Yeah.
It sucks he got fed to tigers, but even he's a scumbag.
Yeah.
He was a scumbag with a lot of money
Yeah.
Yeah.
and an affinity for cats.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So, I mean, if you watch this and you think Carol did not kill her husband,
You're an idiot.
then you think Casey Anthony is innocent, you think OJ is innocent, and you think Obama was a good president. You're
Yeah.
a fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot.
You know what I did for fun, and I don't regret it. I started following OJ on Twitter,
Jesus.
and let me tell you, that's a treat.
Does he take
Is
a
it?
stab at
Yes.
humor?
It's just wild, man. Like, I think he deleted it, but I think he tweeted
Uh-oh, we're being paged by the lady folk.
I think he tweeted, "I did it on April Fool's Day."
Really?
I'm serious.
Hold on.
I
Whoa.
went to his Twitter to
Did he
find it,
really?
and I couldn't find it. But like, there's retweets all over Twitter of it.
So it has been long enough that even OJ can joke about it.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
It-
he wrote a book called "If I Did It."
But if was in very little letters.
Little.
So you-
And then the big letters
And
were,
this
I
was-
did it.
He wrote that book before Twitter was a thing.
He wrote
Wow.
this not shortly after he was acquitted
Yeah.
of the charges.
He was straight up just trolling on everybody.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But, damn, we go from that bitch Carol Baskin to OJ
To
Simpson.
OJ.
It just goes to show you how fucked up the world is.
Man,
Yeah.
The nation is just going straight to shit.
world's
It is.
garbage.
Oh, God.
That's something we actually talk about on the show a lot. Is like
That's a running
just
thing.
the state, like people in general, the government, like just the healthcare system, like most celebrities, like it's just it's all garbage, man.
It
Like,
really
this
is.
whole
It
world
is.
is
Well, that-
broken and terrible.
The generation that's, I'd say, between the ages of 16 and 19, 16, 20, something like that, their examples that are set forth for them
Yeah,
is just fucking pitiful.
yeah,
It
it
is.
is.
It's
It is.
It's sad. I have my twin boys when they
Paged again.
I hate it. I hate it for them because they're examples that they get to look up to, celebrity wise, sports wise. Oh, good lord!
The problem is shows like Joe Exotic become trending.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Meanwhile, you got people who are working their ass off 20 hours a day trying to find the cure for cancer. Nobody knows their name.
No
Meanwhile-
one knows their name.
Meanwhile, this douchebag Doc Antle is a
Is-
household name now.
Is doing just fine, doing better than he was.
And I'm
with
guilty
Zoo, 'cause
because
the
I
show.
watch the train wrecks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's so mind blowing. You can't help but watch it, and that's the kind of content that they want to put out because they know people are going to watch it.
Right. So,
Well, just like I said, it's like a car wreck.
Yeah.
it is.
You can't not look
You
at it,
can't.
even though you feel like a good person, and you think, well, I don't have to look at that.
Yeah.
And then you take a glimpse, and then you wreck your own car looking at it.
Yeah.
So,
I know we, like you said, we keep bouncing around. You're not,
It's
yeah,
the
there's
format.
really this
but
the
the show
format.
bounces around.
It's the
You
format.
You can't stick on one topic with that show because there is no one topic.
Right.
It's
So before we wrap up, because all of our women folk are blowing our phones up.
hungry,
I just
hungry,
want to say,
hungry,
my wife
hungry,
called
hungry.
this because she's like, "You're going to be over there for longer than 2 hours,"
Yeah.
and I
My
just realized
fault.
it was
I was late.
9:15.
Yeah, I'll take
So
that.
before we wrap this up, Joe Exotic is in jail because of a murder for hire against Carol Baskin.
Yeah, and that's really like the whole point of
Allegedly.
the show.
He should have
Yeah.
put sardine oil on her.
He should have.
Yeah.
So allegedly, the way it goes, he hired this meth head. He paid him allegedly $3,000, and the meth head was supposed to go kill Carol.
Yeah, just like run drive-by shooting or whatever. Nothing thought out other than the conversation.
Yeah,
There's
but
so many other options.
Yeah, there was.
Here's my problem. But see, here's the issue with it, and this is where I agree with Joe, where somebody higher was against him.
Mm-hmm.
How many cases? You watch the first 48, or you watch court TV, where the lone witness is a meth head, i.e., the guy that Joe allegedly paid, and they said, "Well, they're not reliable." All of a sudden, in this case, they're reliable.
Yeah.
It actually works this time.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why Joe's in prison.
There's one more thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
Actually, there's so many more things we could talk about.
Yeah,
with the
we
show.
weren't planning on getting yelled at.
Man, go watch the show.
Social distancing,
Go
shutting everything
watch-
down at 10 o'clock. Damn
Go
it.
Go
it's
watch
horseshit.
the show. But I will say this: the way Joe's husband Travis died was incredibly tragic, and suicide is never funny ever.
No.
Well,
but
it
what's
wasn't-
worse is accidental suicide.
Yeah, I was about to say, it wasn't like he intended to
It's-
commit suicide.
Like, he was so reckless with his mannerisms with guns. Like your attitude towards guns should be so much different than what Travis was.
The
Like,
first
he
thing
pulled
you,
loaded guns on people, pretending
first thing
like he
you
was going to
learn-
shoot them.
the first thing you learn, hold a
Ooh,
gun,
no.
whether it's
Yeah.
a pellet gun, a paintball gun, don't point it at someone.
Yeah, like, dude, gun safety is so important, and if he had just understood that and didn't be so reckless with that, he would be alive because he was not suicidal.
Right.
He did have problems, but he was not suicidal. But unfortunately, suicide is what got him because he was reckless with a weapon. And it's not that guns are dangerous; it's the people that handle them are. And
Idiots.
he was not handling the weapon properly. He had a Ruger and he pulled it on Joe's campaign manager, messing with him. And the dude was like, "Dude, stop pulling guns on me. Stop pulling guns on people in general." And he's like, "Oh man, don't even worry about
There's
it.
not a clip in
There's
it."
not a clip in it. It's a Ruger. It can't fire without a clip." But there was still a bullet in the chamber. And yes, it will still fire without a clip if there's a bullet in the chamber. That's how guns work. Like,
Firing pin doesn't care.
it doesn't care if there's a clip in it. The firing pin is what makes it go boom. And so he put it to his head trying to demonstrate his point, and it cost him his life. You don't do that, man.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
So,
I had to get that out.
yeah.
Because that was just like, out of all the things that were ridiculous in nature about that show,
That's what you took from it?
well, that was the most ridiculous one.
Right.
That was
That just
the
goes
one
to show you how
avoidable
ridiculous
thing.
that show is.
Dude.
I mean, that's the stupidity level.
Yes.
And Colts are bad.
You poor boys don't know stupid yet.
Oh,
You poor boys don't know.
Yeah, I gotta check out your show.
Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
I will look that up when I get home.
Yes.
It's on
So,
Netflix?
no,
Is it
I don't
Amazon?
believe so. It's Amazon.
Okay,
I'll
yeah, I
send
got
you all
it.
my Amazon stuff, and
Okay.
I already got it bought.
Alright.
So, yeah. You poor boys don't know stupid yet. I'll put it to you like this, and you will understand completely.
Mhm.
It makes Luann look like Los Angeles,
Boy, I can't
Oh
wait.
my god.
I can't wait.
and that is no joke.
What time is it? It's yeah, I'm watching that tonight.
And if you don't know, if you're wondering what's Luann, it's a town. If you're wondering what kind of town it is, it's you got to put them out.
It's,
Yeah.
it's full of nice old
I like the
people
way you talk.
and meth addicts
Yes.
that steal from the nice old people.
Yes.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we're getting cut short.
Yeah,
Women folk.
the wives. It's just like almost 9:30 though. So I mean,
Oh, I mean, I'm a grown boy.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But we got
Well,
kids. You
yeah.
know.
You only get to wear the pants when she lets you.
That's true. That is true,
Yeah.
which is very rare.
Yeah.
So, you two poor boys are going to go watch Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
Man.
Was that lights or whites?
Whites.
Whites. As in
Oh, it's
white.
not
as in-
Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia?
As in
I heard
Caucasian.
you wrong. Oh, hell yes, I'm watching
As
that.
Yes.
in Caucasians.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
here, all right, y'all are having to watch it. When do y'all want to do a review on it?
Well,
You tell
what
me.
we do same time next week.
That'll work.
Cool.
There you
I'll
go.
be here on time next week.
Sweet.
I'll-
Then we won't get yelled
you
at.
know what?
Fuck Walmart.
You know what? I'm willing to bet. I'll bet 50 cents you're late.
I'll bet you $1 you're right.
Yeah,
Because you know who's coming with me.
exactly. By the way, for those of you wondering, he is the. Are y'all engaged?
Soon.
Soon.
They're just.
Thinking about it.
Is it?
I already thought about it.
Okay.
It's just a matter of.
Does she know that? Or are we
Yeah.
supposed to cut this?
No, she knows.
She knows
something's going on.
Okay.
She doesn't believe me,
Okay.
But you have said, hey, we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He
All
is
right.
the fiance to my ex-wife.
Yeah.
We can get along because we're grown.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
had a whole spill about that on, I think, episode 3 of the podcast about how, when you're an adult, you should act like an adult.
Yeah.
And
matter what.
co-parenting is key
Yeah.
for the children.
Yeah, think
She
about
done
the
started
kids.
your truck. She's gonna leave.
She did
you.
just start my truck.
Yeah,
Didn't she?
yeah, you about to get
So
left.
we got to wrap this up. Next
Yes.
week they're gonna review Wild and Wonderful Whites. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy the show.
Yeah,
Peace.
love you guys.